If northern forest biome is Swedish-inspired, what would a Dutch-inspired biome look like? Oh God.
You already know this signpost, Marv. The dune forests, the western dune forests and the eastern dune forest, are both inspired by a type of landscape found in the Netherlands. Not only there, also in other places. In Dutch called a zandverstuiving, which is essentially just a patch of forest that has, due to environmental circumstances, essentially it's just dunes, like sand dunes. So it's a mix of like fir forest and sand dunes, which is a very odd combination because this is also in a cold climate. So it looks like a miniature desert in the middle of a kind of more like cold climate forest. The Drunense Duinen, exactly. That's Hextra Fresh. That's exactly the one of the places that I have been to that I've based this on, because I grew up near there. And As far as I understood, this is a landscape that forms because I mean, pretty much most of the Netherlands was marshland, so it was extremely flat and flooded, and it has been sort of like completely like dried up artificially. And also there used to be, I think it's also because there used to be glaciers, like kind of carving into the landscape way back when, and I think that made it. I'm not quite sure exactly what the geology behind it is, but it made parts of the ground like either infertile or like the sea level was receded to such a point, but it left the dunes behind, stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's a very cool sort of combination, and I've seen kind of stuff like this in the very north of Sweden as well, where you have these like forests with like pine forests, and it's a really sandy like ground that you're on. It's kind of an interesting combination. Um, yeah, and you can find this kind of landscape, I think, like all over the world. But particularly grew up near one, so I use that one as an inspiration because it's not really a combination you see pretty much anywhere in media very often. So yeah.